Hi, Scorpio. This is your January extended Capricorn season. You might see my kitty throughout the video. He is playing. So right in front of you, up front, you are being faced with having to weigh out a few things. What are those things? You might be wondering. Well, we'll see. This is about you being very clear about your next move. You being clear about the next phase of your life. I really wanted to show you this before we even, we'll get into that in a moment. Clarifying here is that, and if there is a Libra in your life, perhaps, so one thing, if there's something that you're facing, what's in front of you, is not what you think it is. And it could be that there is more people involved with this arena. So if it is about like a legal situation, it would be best not to believe anything that sounds too good to be true, especially involves your family, if you have one, or if it involves, but if this is romantic, right? There's one side of you, one side of things, the scale that feels too good to be true, and the other side is about giving, and giving yourself maybe a little bit more credit. And this isn't about so much as to do with what it is physically you're receiving. It's about what, these are cups, so it's about what you're emotionally investing in, right? Your emotional well-being. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Whatever this decision is that you're making, wherever this direction is that you're going, there's a lot of opportunity for you there. So whatever it is that you're feeling or noticing or wanting, or whatever it is that you're being extremely decisive about, it's very clear that that comes with a lot more opportunity and abundance, and maybe even a great idea. It's possible that weighing these sides out, or perhaps maybe this Libra in your life, they are presenting you or showing you, revealing to you something that's maybe not right, or saying one thing, but weirdly enough, it's not that they're doing another thing, it's that they are maybe covering up for the sake of things, keeping things together. You got to be careful. Sometimes Libra, to a fault, hides or covers things in order to keep things at bay, which could be good, right? It could be a part of you that understands why and how that can happen, right? But you may find that altogether, you'd rather take the sword, because we had the Sword and Scales and then the Queen of Swords. That all of the back and forth is the emotional part of what rationally you already know. This could also be the shift in the nodes having an effect on you. finally. So this road, this change, this confidence, and leadership you have, if you're wondering if you have the ability, strength to realize your next direction, it could, or not next direction, but your seriousness, vitality that goes into changing something up, shifting something in your life that may have been stable enough, but it wasn't going to work in the long run, right? You are now open and seeing the vastness of it all. You've put down all the wands and decided, you know, this isn't worth it anymore. And by, this is about a month ahead, but it's possible that in a month from now, around the Leo full moon, you'll have this very clarifying realization, or whatever it is that you're seeing out there, seeking out there. It's possible that the Mercury in Sagittarius is helping expand your vision to an extent and saying like, hey, like you can't take all of this with you if you want to move forward in a new way. If you want to discover something new or have this new idea, you need room and space in your life to move forward. And you have to have the strength and knowing and understanding that even though it can feel scary, right, there's courage also. The strength card, the Leo, represents courage. It's the courage to not let that instinctual fear, and understand that you're always loved and supported, right? If you're a Scorpio that hasn't had all of the security in your life since you were young, throughout life, it's possible that you'll have to learn, right? You're strengthening that side of you. You're strengthening your mind. By the time Mercury moves into Capricorn, after that, then we'll have the Leo full moon. So this Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles situation, you're constantly moving forward, right? Then things come up, but you have to put your energy and time into what is worth it. You put your head down and focus, right? That's a part of your game. But then, you know, that brings up this understanding that this is maybe what you thought you were doing before, but you weren't. And now it's become very clear to you that, again, the swords coming out, King of Swords coming out over the Seven of Pentacles, that it's become very clear that this is what's really important to you. This is what you need. And that's what kind of blew your mind. It's almost like this whole change is about how you thought you were putting or giving yourself the effort, giving your time and energy, but it was really just some leftovers, right? Excuse me, I'm drinking some water. And what's come of it, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords over the world. or no, this is also, sorry, this is all just the Six of Pentacles. After this becomes very clear, a lot of times things change. Like I said about fixed signs, if I didn't mention this earlier, I should say now that when fixed signs change, everything changes. So you notice that at first things move slow, and then all of a sudden there's a swiftness that comes about. This Six of Pentacles being clarified by the Tower, Knight of Pentacles, and Page of Swords is for you to see like how much that has affected your life. That quickly, this situation where you, whatever it is that hasn't been enough or good enough, or you've been giving to yourself or giving only what you have left, right? And now what you're being met with are opportunities or offers that, you know, you could try out, right? You can see if these benefit you, but really the more that you get very straightforward with yourself and your boundaries and what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, or you're willing to give, what you're not willing to give, right? Capricorn season makes it very abundantly clear how much time we might be using on something or energy we might be wasting. This Tower moment happens and you notice that people show up or don't. What you're noticing is that this is helping you clear up this. You go from, clear up this something in your head. You go from being a feeling blindsided almost to being very secure about your stance and what's happening. There's a certain calmness that overcomes you, perhaps emotionally, in a way that you've needed to solidify where you're headed, where and what the goal is. That it's okay after this quick moment to slow down a little, right? You notice that the energy you give to your needs right now, that's the biggest change in this cycle. And it's possible that someone of a better, like you maybe, you know, these two move out of the picture and all of a sudden you're like, at first you may feel very like, what is happening? You know, I thought I was noticing something for the better, and you are. The Eight of Swords at first is just like, this is where you were held, like this is what you couldn't see before. And now if you give yourself a moment to see in clear view, you might even have a few major realizations, and you're giving time and energy to that part of you that is having these moments, these clarifying moments that are insightful and impactful in the way that you go about your life and how you're going about this future endeavor. This can also be you, or a Virgo is either offering you love or you are offering them an opportunity. I wanted to clarify the Strength card. If there is a Leo in your life, it seems as though that you may feel like they have it all, or you have it all with this person, but the truth is that they're learning how to deal with, or you think it's good enough, right? There's plenty. The Nine of Cups, very secure and stable. Some maybe with child, you know, Strength clarifying an Empress. Empress, and Nine of Cups, clarifying strength, sorry. And, excuse me. You know, if this is the morning, or not the morning, it is the morning, I am sorry. If this is about a partnership, there is some lessons maybe in detachment happening, or being able to, again, these are two fixed signs as well, so maybe the change that you're seeing is happening. If this is just about you, you notice that either through this person or through this shift in dynamic, how you decide to handle yourself is everything. It's how you either continue to change or not. The Magician here is supporting this transformation. We have another, that must have been, sorry, that was the 8 of Pentacles before, now we have the 7. 7s and the 8s, man, they always get me. And you see that what's in front of you and what's available to you and what you've already put energy into just isn't enough anymore. It's not just walking away from money, but it's time, energy, and everything's, well spent. And we even have the 9 up here, the Magician card, Mercury, maybe moving into Capricorn, shows you like how moving on may be scary, but it lets go of a lot, and it may even help your health. You may notice that this is where you move towards your worth, right? This is all about that, like testing you. Like, are you going to get caught up with this? Can you wait? Can you see and understand what it is that you are not seeing in order to receive better or more? And it has to do with, you need to speak up about what it is that you're desiring. You can't just keep them to yourself. And I'm not saying just talk to anybody about them, but getting them out of your head, because if you don't, it becomes this unnecessary, unwavering annoyance almost in your mind. It becomes just something that is there, something that you feel like you have to deal with, even though if you just opened up your heart and your eyes to the situation, then it wouldn't be so hard. You wouldn't have to fight yourself so much. If this Queen of Pentacles is someone else, it's possible that you feel like you need to express these things to this person, that you don't feel like you can reveal yourself. It's hard. It takes a lot of energy. If you did make this big move, right? Big move. You have everything you need, more than enough. And then the transformation is causing you to reveal yourself, that you're just not. The 8 of Cups just isn't what fulfillment is to you. And you're feeling out the 9 of Cups, right? You see what it's like, or you're seeing it from the outside perspective. Maybe you're just seeing it on someone. And it's about this contentness. It's this unwavering discontent with what's happening around you. But as it's happening within you, it's becoming very clear that whatever you've realized you need to take with you to the end, because it's going to help you understand more of what this is. You can't also sorry, say something or do something that can make things a little harder. Taking that one wand away, right, makes things easier. So whatever it is that you're struggling with yourself, it's very important that you open up about it, or else it will really cause damage or pretend damage, or it's just like a distraction from the already solid foundation that you've built. That maybe stepping away and taking one thing away is actually really helpful. And now you can't be distracted from what you really need to see and put into practice and put into use. That this change is happening in a time where it couldn't be better. Like, if not now, when? And even if you just start now by your season, you'll find that you're very sure. Confident. At least the masculine side of you. But that's also where the fear comes from, right? It's so interesting. It's like the fear comes from here, but this is also the solution. A risk, an opportunity. But you only have so much time. Don't wait too long. Aries season's right around the corner. The more that you do this, in a couple months, you'll have a perfect opportunity, perfect time, and the level head to take that Mars, another Mars ruling sign, into your hands and into action. All right, Scorpio, we'll see you next month.